Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Back in Project C1. I've not long come back from the City Bug Club rally in the Highlands of Scotland, and I learned a couple of things about this car. There's a few bits and pieces on my to-do list. The first and foremost is the sound deadening. It is loud in this car, very loud indeed, especially with the rear seats out, which you may notice that they're not in. Yeah, it's pretty loud, so I want to do something about that. So what I'm going to do is disconnect the battery, remove all the interior, and including the carpet. You may recognise this stuff from when I did the engine bay. I'm going to apply some of that, and hopefully that'll make the difference. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is the equipment that I'm going to be using today. First and foremost, I've got a big stack of this stuff. This is the actual sound deadening material that's going to do the bulk of the work. I have 2 rolls of this stuff, which is nice and thick. Happy with that. That's going to go on top of that on the floor pans. That's some more of this, by the way. I have some panel degreaser, so I can use that in the blue roll to try and clean down the surface of the floor before I actually stick it down. And I've got the required tools to do the job as well. So let's get this interior out and have a quick look at see what we've got going on. So there we are then, carpet's out. Took some doing. It's just over there. I might get that a clean while it's out, but here we are. So the carpet's out, and you can see the condition of the actual floor itself. I mean, floor carpet assembly route and drive. That's the bolt that should have gone in there. It's not in bad condition, to be honest. It's just dirty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the Hoover out. I'm going to give that a good clean. Then we're going to get the panel wipe stuff and the blue roll and degrease all this surface. I'm going to leave these in because these give the carpet shape, so I might just lift it up and slide a little piece under there, and that's fine. But basically everywhere else is going to get sound deadened, including the boot. So yeah, so with as much as I've got, let's do as much as I can. Right, so the interior's out. The interior's been degreased and cleaned as best as it's going to get anyway. That is what it is. I'm not even going to bother trying to get that any cleaner. But that should be plenty enough. So let's start sticking. So that's that footwell almost done. I mean, it's not the neatest, but I'm hoping that will work. I have made cutouts for the rubber bungs, so you can still get access to those and drain if you need to. I've not yet done the centre tunnel. I've not done the front of this support bar. I've not done the back of the seats either. They will get done. I'm just thinking, is that enough? So what I might do after that is apply some of the roll of sound deadening on top of that for the floors only, not the walls. That's far too much bulkiness. I'll do the same over here and in those corners as well. And I'm thinking that might just take the majority of all the tinniness away from this car.
1 hour later.
Alright, so I've done a little bit more. I've finished this floor well. Just in the Dynamat stuff. I've not put the roll stuff down yet. I've gone up towards the back seat yet. Not quite finished going much further that way yet. But what I have done is I've gone forward and I've done all around here. Like I said earlier, I've left these in because that helps shape the carpet. But the material has gone like all the way underneath and things, so it's fine. Done this side of the tunnel as well. I'm not sure whether I'm going to put anything on here because it's got a number, it's got all the bolt holes for the seats and things. I might just not bother with that. Done things like the posts where the seat mounts to. Now I've just got to do that side. If you're going to do this job, budget a couple of days because it might be a small car, but there's a lot to do. So let's crack on with that side now. Alright then, so much later, everything is done in the front, which I'm happy with. It looks alright. Still got access to the drain bungs and things like that, just in case something floods or missed a spot. I'll catch that. So what I'm going to do now is throw the carpet back in, because that is roughly where the carpet ends, maybe just a little bit further back, but that's under the seats anyway. I'll get to that. What I'm going to do now, throw the carpet back in, put the sub back in, get rid of all this wiring, put the centre console back in, and the armrest back in, so we can reassemble the interior of the car now. so for the most part, I've got the interior in. Don't mind the passenger seat. There's a little bolt in that corner of the sub. It's now no longer long enough, so I need to go and get another one. Until then, that's just going to stay as it is. I will now do the back. This is the bit that I've not been looking forward to because it's all awkward shaped, and but never mind, got to carry on. Right, so that's the entire rear of the car done. There are little bits that we're going to do off camera, but whatever, it's fine. We've done all the rear, including the rear wall. I've started to reinstall the rear seats, but we've also done over the top as well. So all I need to do there is to install the rear bench. I mean, we've installed the all the bolts and things like that are necessary to hold the seats in. So all is good. I would say that was a nice easy task, but that was laborious. So I would normally say that was a nice easy job and I enjoyed that and all that, but in all honesty, yeah, alright, it was easy. It's just a few bolts holding things in and, you know, pulling things out, but it's a long, laborious job. That must have been 10 hours. It's better with 2 people, as you saw when Liz came at the end. Great. Love the help, thank you very much. But yeah, it's a job that's good to do to your car, because especially in a car like this with minimal OEM sound deadening, you kind of go deaf. Don't want to do that. But hey, you know, whatever. So that should help my drive down to modified nationals. So I'm happy with that. It's got to be better than nothing. So yeah, you know what to do then. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, all the usual sort of YouTube stuff. And just show the algorithm that the channel's doing well and you like it and interact and all that sort of stuff. Make sure you visit me on Instagram down here at DabDIY. Make sure you then go and visit my sponsors. So we've got TSA Performance. They'll do anything for all your 1KR needs. We've got Form 7 Performance. So make sure you give them some love on Instagram and use the discount code shown on screen as well for anything that you need to do for your car. And make sure you go and speak to X8R Performance on Instagram as well and visit their website. They are kind enough to have given me a seal kit, which after doing this job and having a look at the door seals and things like that, I need to change them. So I'll be making a video on that very soon, so look out for that one. So if you want to see that one, make sure you ring the bell and you get notified when I drop that video. So ring the bell, get notified, I'll see you then.